The new Del Monte Fruity Zing. Double flavors, double refresh Zing. 25 pesos lang. Bili na!
Need a loan? Okay. Before we start, just a health information and reminder to everyone about walking pneumonia. This is a mild form of bacterial pneumonia with symptoms like a persistent cough, fever, sore throat, headache, and chest pain from coughing. It often feels like a cold, but because symptoms are mild, many people stay active while being contagious, hence the name. Though it's less severe, walking pneumonia can still lead to complications if untreated. So, as a gentle reminder, wash your hands frequently, cover your mouth with coughing or sneezing, and lastly, learn when it's time to seek health care. This is a health reminder for everyone. Now, let's go to the main event of our seminar. To start the year right, PICQSPH chapter is providing us a free CPD to us members to assist us in our professional development. And not just us, but also to those who plan in becoming members of PICQS to have a clear and better understanding on how to hone our skills and competencies to advance our careers. And we are honored to have with us our guest speaker. She completed Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering at Pablo Borbon Memorial Institute of Technology, now known as Batangas State University, and completed Master of Science in Quantity Surveying at Heriot Watt University. She is a corporate member of PICQS, a chartered member of RICS, and a certified cost professional at AACEI. She is currently the Senior Commercial Manager for the Dubai branch of Omnium International Limited. Her 5 years of experience has been involved in pre-contract and post-contract administration of the project. Please welcome Ms. Lilian Castillo Heron.
Thank you so much. Okay. Uh, is it clear, Denise? Can you hear me?
Clear po.
Okay. Okay. Greetings, everyone. I hope you are all safe and sound, and Happy New Year to all. Today, I will share with you the means on how to gain chartered from RICS or certified from PICQS, the professional bodies that I love the most. In my heart, I consider them as one. This quest is challenging and yet rewarding journey of learning. So let me first share with you my own story. In 2006, when applying for a job in UAE, my flatmate said the project control engineer corresponds to quantity surveyor. I was confused, as my initial perception, QS was just a portion of my engineering degree. After a week, I got a project coordinator role, and after 6 months, I resigned due to boredom and chaotic arrangement in the office. On the same day, I received an offer to work as QS, in which the remuneration is 45% higher. In 2008, with colleagues who were chartered, um, I noticed that it caught my attention because they said, I do not know how to do this job, in which others may think that such a response from a chartered was not acceptable. Then I told myself, okay, if you do not know how to do it, I will give it a try so we can achieve targets. This led me to enroll MSc at Heriot Watt University, in which the school fee is 10 times higher than what I paid for my engineering degree. I completed MSc in 2010. In the same institution, I met Roland, my friend who prepared the video that I will show you later. On March 30, 2011, Roland forwarded to me the email he received from Nila containing an invite with a statement the organization is primarily aimed to help the Filipino QS trained professionals become chartered. The intention of helping others was clear. I fond of helping others as it is my key to succeed in life. Without a doubt, I attended the meeting where I was nominated by chair and founder, the RAC of this institute, to become one of the officers. I objected the nomination due to my children who were at age 6 and 4. Okay, they are here. Both of them are here. And as the parent is winning to give them the wisdom, fundamental for engineering students to succeed. Thanks mga anak for always letting mommy win. And thanks Chair Julie for allowing me not to fulfill the massive obligation to our institute. As a founder member, the contribution I made is at the minimum. Through the years, I noticed the bayanihan. and the strong leadership of Chair Julie to fulfill her vision to help Filipino engineers. She even visited my place to conduct my mock interview. In addition, I met Grace Mamaradlo. She is now Grace Valderrama, my mentor, who spent time online to help me. She encouraged me to fight back when I did not pass in my first attempt. I will never forget when she said to me, end the fight with a big smile. So in my second attempt, where Grace was there to help me, I passed the APC in 2012. Sis Grace, a million thanks to you. Okay, so I realized that gaining a formal QS education will help, but it must be in combination with a strong faith and interaction with well-rounded people. So far, being with PICQS since its birth, I have never experienced interacting with members who are not well-rounded. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, before getting any further, please be reminded that this is the content of the CPD. The focus is the essential process to achieve chartered or certified. Two of the core competencies will be given as an examples in item 4. Okay, next slide. Competencies are the combination of knowledge, skills, abilities, and behaviors that enables individual to achieve desired outcomes. Knowing competencies help identify your strengths. It allows you to address gaps that may hamper your progress. Under, Understanding competencies help you overcome challenges that stay competitive in a dynamic environment. Honing competencies avoids stagnation. Actively developing your skills boosts confidence, resilience, and adaptability. In essence, recognizing the importance of competencies empowers individuals to achieve excellence. PICQS is here, happy to help. Next slide, please. Okay. According to PICQS, certified or chartered is a construction professional whose expertise primarily is to carry out an estimate, project cost, and quantity takeoff, but whose duties also include risk and contract management. This is to ensure that the party he works for gets the best value for money and to allow for a smooth project flow from inception to completion. QS can work for a contractor, a consultant, or the client. Next slide, please. QS can provide expert advice on construction costs. Okay, they help ensure that proposed projects are affordable and offer good value for money. Say during pre-contract, QS helps the client and the design team to compare potential savings from different value engineering opportunities. During post-contract, QS monitors variation and ensures that project costs remain under control. Okay, QS awareness about estimates, cost plans, cost report, final account, and conflict avoidance is generally high. So QS is not just a portion of engineering degree. It is a diverse, exciting, and potentially well-paid career. I felt this too when I was invited by PICE as a guest speaker. The answer I gave to the question, how do you measure BIM, varies from the answer I received from the engineer. Okay, next slide, please. So, what about RICS? So, according to RICS, surveying is diverse and highly rewarding career. So, they advise clients on how or on all the physical assets that make up the world we live in. Say if you want to benefit from the professional status, then you will need to be chartered. Employers around the world recognize RICS, chartered, as the mark of quality. Passing the APC represent commitment to excellence and the responsibility we hold in our profession. Okay, other chartered members as proof of this claim include my line manager Nikki, who is FRICS, the chair and founder Julie, who is also FRICS, the national president Ason, the professional development head Grace, PAP2 head Paul, and the PMLA head Joseph. I witness how they interact with aspirants. The moment you think their nature, you will come to realize that their commitment is to excel. So the majority of these rock stars are younger than me. Only two of them are older than me. Okay. So next slide, please. Since the commitment of QS to excel is high, the value is likely to be the forefront of their routine. So this task on this slide can achieve effectively. Say, for example, in item one, eliminating repetitive and unnecessary steps to or activities to make tendering more efficient and effective. In item two, assessing the tender returns to address anomalies, okay, and awarding the contract to the most competent bidder. In item three, administrating the contracts to reduce the likelihood of misunderstanding. Suppose there's disagreement escalating to dispute between parties. The QS provides input that is fair and reasonable, adopting the use of 5D when managing the contract commercial aspect of the project. And lastly, using standards like NRM when preparing a cost plan to develop a robust cost advice. Next slide, please. Okay. So now the question is how to excel. Okay. In my view, commitment to become chartered or certified is a must. PICQS is here happy to help. Though the complete PICQS structured trainings requires a fee, it is just 2% of the fee I paid for my postgraduate degree. And it is all worth it. I understand that there are people who do not trust the process, and I respect that since we cannot just tweak their preference to suit ours. Perhaps think this way. There are a lot of technological advancement that is underway, like BIM. Most of young professionals are hungry to be of great help to bring value to the team and therefore excel when using BIM. If old professionals say earning 6 times higher than the young professional will not hone their competencies to beat the performance of young professionals, do you think the company owner will choose the old professionals to stay? Well, in my view, if I am the owner, I will choose the young professionals as I can offer the fee that is more competitive and can cope up with the trends needed for my company to survive. Next slide, please. So the QS relevant work experience includes these phases. It is a key that you are involved with a real life projects. Okay, you must understand phase one to phase three and put them into practice. If any of these tasks is not included in your scope, then talk to your line manager and check how he or she can help you. I can still remember when working here in Dubai, I was assigned as pre-contract QS. When I talked to my line manager, he advised me to talk to post-con QS. And after a few months, I got an assignment to work in one of our post-contract projects in Dubai land. Luckily, it was when I was enrolled at Heriot Watt University. In PICQS, you can gain fundamental principle relevant to each topic by way of joining structured trainings. Next slide, please. So to further develop PICQS members, our chair and founder, Julie, initiated the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding. Through this initiative, we were able to support members become chartered. I can still recall when holding mock interviews in 2015. We were referring to APC submissions, which passed the preliminary route. This MOU allows PICQS members with engineering degree apply for RICS APC. The accredited program like the one I received from Heriot-Watt is not needed for Filipinos to be accepted as a RIC as a APC aspirant. Okay, through professional experience route, members from PICQS can apply for an APC. In 2020, PICQS developed its own APC using the RICS model. The first edition of the APC guide, drafted by Grace Balderrama, was published in 2020, in which the basis is the RICS Pathway Guide for Quantity Surveying. The lessons learned from the APC pilot run helped us publish the second edition in 2021. When pursuing a chartered status from RICS, you must meet one of the requirements as noted in this slide. And for more info, please watch the video.
So how do you become an MRICS? Let's take a closer look. What did you study? Do you have an RICS accredited degree? Great! You have a strong foundation already. You will need a minimum of 2 years of work experience. If you have any other bachelor's or master's degree, the number of years you've worked and your seniority in the organization will determine your route to MRICS. The final decision about your route will be taken in consultation with an RICS expert panel. Which areas or fields have you gained the most experience in? We call these fields pathways. Think about which of these you have the highest competence in. This will be your chosen pathway to MRICS. But how do you know whether you're competent or not? RICS has, based on decades of expertise, decided what are the knowledge and skills you need to be called competent in an area. We call these competencies. Mere knowledge of these competencies is not sufficient. To be able to achieve chartered status, some competencies that are critical to that pathway need to be at the highest levels. How does RICS evaluate competence? This is done through the assessment of professional competence, or the APC. The APC is an evaluation process that assesses if professionals have the required competencies and skills to the defined levels. The APC involves recording your experience, a prelim review, and a final interview. You will be awarded the MRICS qualification once you have cleared the final interview. Either after self-assessment or during the APC process, if gaps are found in your application, you can sign up for the ELP, or the Emerging Leaders Program, which is a 1-year accelerated learning program to help you bridge your competencies and prepare you for getting the MRICS Chartered qualification.
Bear in mind.
So how do you become
stop,
an MRICS?
Okay, bear in mind, MRICS is a global passport which will greatly improve employability and career progression. Next slide, please. Depending on the number of QS relevant work experience, chartered can be obtained with or without structured training. If the applicant has an accredited degree and the QS relevant experience is less than 5, then a 24-month structured training is required. And this is the relevant structure, okay, on the slide. If the applicant, not that one, okay. If the applicant has an accredited degree and the QS relevant experience is more than 5, then a 12-month structured training is required. And this is the relevant structure, okay, as you can see on the slide. If the applicant has no accredited degree, but with 5 years of QS work experience, then passing the preliminary interview is required before final assessment. Next slide, please. In 2011, PICQS established ways to gain the chartered status from the RICS. This can be perceived on these photos. Roland Ciprado led this group. With these attributes in mind on the screen, on the slides, okay, we were able to hold group discussions. Due to nature of resourcefulness, which is common to most Filipinos, we did not think about where to hold the group discussion. Roland offered their humble abode in the first photos, ours in the last 2 photos, and a lot more in the next video. Next slide, please. So you can see the process adopted on this video. Can you please play the video?
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. The There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, and sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes you're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing, keep the faith, baby. It's all about the climb. Keep the faith, keep your
I salute to all members who are still there ready to support our institute regardless of where they are right now. At times of recollection, I appreciated the struggles we surpassed, and I realized the blessing that the new members can obtain from being a member of PICQS. Next slide, please. Through the years, we explored ways on how we can enhance the process. Without the camaraderie and bayanihan in this institute, this process would have not been possible. The current APC process includes APC registration, validation of route, attendance to structured trainings and CPDs, passing the GAM, PAP2, and PMLA. The candidate's APC guide can be accessed from PICQS website, which will help you better understand the enhanced process. Next slide, please. During registration, the APC committee will validate the route. Okay, as you can see on this flow chart, if the answer to the question, are you a Filipino, is no, then the route is 5, in which a mutual recognition agreement with PICQS is a prerequisite. So, but if you are a Filipino, then the route is either 1, 2, 3, or 4. The route 1 to 4 is determined based on the number of QS relevant work experience. For example, if the applicant has at least 15 years of work experience as commercial director, then the route is 4A. If the applicant completed formal QS education, then the route is 1. And if the applicant has no formal QS education but completed engineering degree, then the route is 2. If the aspirant is non-engineering degree, then the route is 3. As you can see, this institute provide opportunities to members with QS relevant work experience even if non-engineering degree. Next slide, please. This is the tabulation of requirements per route for ease of comparison. For Route 1, the aspirant shall secure exemption certificate if a fan interview, say conducted by PAP2 head Paul Anderson, Vera, passed PAP1 and PAP2. The 3,000 word case study type 1, the 5,500 word statement of experience, and 30 CPD hours for Route 1 and 2 are required. In my view, regardless of how long the work experience is, the value of attending any structured training is high. Next slide, please. For Route 3, the aspirant shall, attend all structured trainings. The 3,000 word case study, type 1, 5,500 word statement of experience, and 60 CPD hours are required. And for Route 4, the aspirant shall attend PMLA. Okay, the 3,000 case study type 2, 4,500 word statement of experience containing specific competencies such as leadership, data management, and research techniques, and 60 CPD hours are required. And for Route 5, there should be a mutual recognition agreement with PICQS. So this is open to other nationalities. Next slide, please. These are the structured APICQS structured trainings. This is important as you will be able to discover what else you need to develop to achieve a more meaningful professional development. Each training is usually delivered by chartered or certified member. These are included in the 2025 PICQS training structure, training education and professional development calendar, which will be shared later, perhaps during break. So next slide, please. This is the PICQS APC flowchart. The validation of route, as explained a while ago, is done during APC registration. So once APC registration number and the route are obtained from APC committee, the member can join structured trainings. For example, if your route is 1, you can proceed to PAP 1. If your route is 2 or 3, you can proceed to P3T. So the aspirant will get to enjoy the series of mock interview, grand mock at PAP2. The aspirant will be allocated with mentor at PMLA. When the members sign off the APC submission, the aspirant is qualified to sit the final assessment. Next slide, please. And this is the APC final assessment flowchart used by APC committee. Okay, the completeness will be confirmed by APC committee, and the APC head will arrange the schedule of final assessment interview and the selection of panel. So upon deliberation, the panel chairperson shall send the result. If the candidate is referred, the candidate is expected to address deficiency. If there is a strong ground to file an appeal, do it within 20 days from the date of final interview. In one instance, I was so impressed with one candidate who failed in PICQS but succeeded in RICS. When I pushed her to file an appeal, as she has entitlement to do so, she told me, I will not do it. She did not pursue the appeal as her love to PICQS is enormous. Since through this institute, she was able to interact with well-rounded people. Next slide, please. If members need help, the professional development teammates, National President Asuncion Lopez, and Professional Development Head Grace Valderrama can be considered as the point of contact. If members need help on APC registration and schedule of final assessment, the Global APC Committee led by Ms. Dana Lintan can be considered as the point of contact. Next slide, please. This is the APC submission comparison between RICS and PICQS. The context is very similar. Those texts in blue are their differences. For example, the RICS counselor, whereas the PICQS has a mentor who signed APC submissions. The grand mock interview is provided when attending PAP2. Okay. And next slide, please. This is the core competencies comparison between RICS and PICQS. Again, those texts in blue are their differences. To ensure that a minimum adjustment is needed when applying for RICS APC, we revise the SOE template. One of the revisions include the split of C02, measurement, procurement, and tendering, into C02A, measurement, and C02B, procurement and tendering. Okay, next slide, please. And this is the mandatory or basic competencies comparison between RICS and sorry. Next slide, please. Sorry. I think this is the one that we just read. Okay. No, go up. Sorry, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, no, it's okay. This one, yes. Okay. So, though the title of each competency varies, it is confirmed that each SOC can be used when applying for RICS APC. Okay, next slide, please. So this is the this is the grading criteria when validating the statement of experience. Okay, so to strengthen the suitability of level one, the first person pronoun, I, the sources of knowledge, and the competency relevant statements shall be taken into consideration. Okay, so to strengthen level two, the first person pronoun I, you should use always I. I prepare. I applied. Okay. The application of knowledge, that is project specific. Okay. It has to come from your real life projects. Okay. So that's for level two. But for level three, the reason advice shall be substantiated with the courses of action that is project specific. Okay, so next slide, please. Let us explore examples how to develop SOE or Statement of Experience for Economics for Construction and Estimating or Design Economics and Cost Planning. Okay, so at level one, you must demonstrate your knowledge of the main factors affecting the design economics and how the cost planning supports the cost control of the project as the design develops. Design develop, it means during the pre-contract. Okay, say writing about how the cost planning assists the financial control of the projects. Next slide, please. At level two, okay, you must provide evidence of application to manage costs during the design development stage of the project. Say, writing about production estimates, cost plans, or the application of value engineering processes. And when controlling the design development, these activities are applicable. So these are the examples. Next slide, please. At level three, okay, you must demonstrate the evidence of giving reason advice and with reference to time, cost, and quality. Say you must let the client inform of the best solution to resolve key issues on the project. Okay, some of the examples within this level includes presenting reports with reference to time, cost, quality, and buildability of the project. Okay, say and another one is like preparing a cost plan. I mean, you should include qualification exclusions, evaluating building design efficiency, analyzing the accuracy of predicted cost using benchmarking techniques. Okay, I shared this during our trainings at GAMP, and also it is being offered in PAP2. Okay, when we conduct interview. Okay, so mock interview, sorry. So analyzing, and then we at GAMP recommend the use of acronym STAR. Okay, when writing level 3. STAR means situation, task, advice, and result. Okay, so for example, when the cost exceeded the client budget, in that situation, so that your S. Okay, we need to validate the client's requirements and demonstrate the level of your involvement. Okay, so aim to be of great help to the client as always. Okay. Allow the best practices. Next slide, please. This is the checklist which will help you identify what to write. I'm refer. Okay. Okay. And then, for example, inflation, it is usually added as below the line items in your cost plan, okay, to let the employer aware of financial exposure. Another example is value engineering. If the cost plan is over budget, VA opportunities from cost planner will help the project team identify the potential source of cost savings. This competency covers the impact of design and other factors on cost through the life cycle of the building and control of cost during the pre-contract stage. Always bear in mind this is during pre-contract stage. Okay. So let us explore another example. Next slide, please. For measurement. Okay. This is one of my favorites. Even if I am at senior level, I'm still measuring because that for RICS, it is like S modus and rebus. That's a requirement. That's a must. Okay. Don't just give a laugh to person who is still measuring, even if they are old. Okay. So at level one, you must demonstrate your knowledge on the principle of quantification and costing of construction works, okay, as a basis for the financial management of contracts. Say the use of standard method like NRM. When measuring the construction works, this can be cited and the use of the different method of measurements like POMI here in UAE, System 3, and NRM2, maybe in Philippines, Philippine Standard Method of Measurement. Okay, so next slide, please. So at level 2, okay, you must demonstrate the evidence that you have applied the knowledge you gained, okay, including the use of appropriate standard method of measurement and forms of cost analysis. Candidates should have experience in measurement of construction works for general purpose. It could be the quantity take of a detailed design stage, preparation of BOQ, or preparation of mini BOQ for the purposes of market testing. Okay, next slide, please. At level 3, you must demonstrate the evidence of giving reasoned advice on appropriate methods of quantification and costing of the project to the client and project team members. It could be the advice on which standard method of measurement is most appropriate to building works. Selection of pricing documents satisfying the client's requirements or agreeing the value or the valuation of measured work we satisfying the project constraint. Okay, again, we recommend at GAMP to use the acronym STAR. Okay, next slide, please. This is the checklist which will help you identify what to write. And at GAMP, there is a more in-depth discussion and validation of statements to avoid the points of referral. Okay, next slide, please. For the case study, in PICQS, the work is undertaken 3 years prior to the final assessment. Okay, and in RICS, the work is undertaken in the last 24 months. The structure shall include the introduction, approach, achievements, and conclusion. It is recommended to set the word count as it is a ground for referral. So if it's 3,000, don't go say 3,500. But as a draft, you can prepare that and sit with your mentor. Okay? Seek advice from corporate members. So you need to consider the critical appraisal in which your ability to think logically and professionally can testify that you are competent and meet the high standards of professionalism. Okay, so next slide, please. A, a case study demonstrates critical thinking and well-structured use. I mean, for this one, this is the comparison between RICS and PICQS. And Whatever is produced at PICQS, it is guaranteed that a copy and paste can be done provided that such case is owned by you. Okay? You cannot just copy. And it has come from the real life projects. Okay, next slide, please. So the case study demonstrate the critical thinking, well structured, use the correct grammar, authentic and personal. A plagiarism detector can be used to check the authenticity of your case. Okay, there will be Q&A during final assessment in which your ability to respond can be used as a point of referral. Next slide, please. Okay, this is this is prepared by Grace, my mentor. I like this one. Why do we need a well-written case? Okay, let's see the answer from the scenarios in this slide. Okay, the blue line is 75% passing rate. Okay, the orange line represent good first impression of the assessor, and the gray line represent bad first impression. Okay. So if your case is well written, you may achieve 90% at the onset. Okay. So, and say you miss a portion of your presentation in the first 10 minutes. Okay. Then 90% went down. Okay. During the Q&A about your case, you answered all the questions because it's owned by you. You know it well, right? So, but during Q&A about core, you miss answering question. So the rating went down to 75% until the end. Okay. So in this instance, since the case study is well written, then probably the result is a pass. If the case is not well written, okay, at the onset, perhaps the rating is below passing rate of 70%. During Q&A about core, you miss answering questions. So the rating went down to 50%. You struggled to make up. So in this instance, since the case study is not well written, then probably the result is referred. Okay. So next slide, please. These are the valuable tips usually shared at GAMP. Remember the purpose as a friend. In my case, I ask my husband, as he has no idea about my case. Okay. So seek feedback from various corporate members. Mababait sila, honestly speaking. You must know how to filter the ones that will help you enhance the case study. Okay, next slide, please. These points are recommended action when planning to apply for an APC. Okay, understand the APC sessions in your region. At GAMP, a pre-GAMP is conducted to assess the level you are at. This is done through self-evaluation. Okay, so I mean, if you need to achieve level 3, the expected time frame to sit APC, including the evidence of enrollment, either with RICS APC or PICQS APC, is a prerequisite to attend GAMP. Okay, so moving on. Next slide, please. The associated fee to complete both preliminary and final assessment is 10,000 pesos only. It is peanuts compared to what I paid to RICS. This is in addition to fees relating to GUMP and POP2. Take note, the APC registration, 2,000 pesos, is a prerequisite of GUMP. It is therefore important that you pay such fees prior to joining GUMP and secure the one-time payment for APC registration number. Okay. So moving on to possibilities here at PICQS. So what are these? What are the potentials at PICQS? Okay. Certified QS or MPICQS offers opportunities to be known globally due to our commitment to excellence. Okay. We are being sought for employment. Okay. The direct entry route to other globally recognized institutions like RICS, NZIQS, and AIQS are available. PICQS is strengthened our competencies, both basic and core. Due to our commitment to PICQS, okay, we are well informed of best practices in construction industry. The network of professionals is available in PICQS. The one that I like the most, okay, this institute provides access to continuous professional development. This is indeed an important factor to ensure that we will not be left behind and we can add value to other people. Next slide, please. Okay. Journey to RICS direct entry. Okay. The will of our chair and founder, Julie, to get a direct entry is strong. As you can see, since Pilot Run 2021, she is working towards this entitlement. She is unstoppable. Okay. And our MPICQS to gain MRICS without the need of further assessments. At times, I thought of giving up, but she won't give up. I admire her passion in getting what we deserve. When our MPICQS granted a direct entry to ASOC RICS, she said, "Who will want to go down?" All our members completed an engineering degree. MRICS, our MRICS is what we deserve. We are hopeful that this year is our luck to have this direct entry to MRICS. And for those members who possessed or who gain ASOC RICS, we encourage you to complete the rigorous process to achieve MPICQS or MRICS. Okay, next slide, please. Okay. The endeavors of holding the final assessment in 2023 that is aligned with RICS are illustrated on these photos. Many thanks to all panel of assessors from different part of the world, and one of them is Joan Orbuda. She is the product of our APC pilot run. Okay, she is also a chartered member of RICS, and she is passionate to help other aspirants as well. Some of them did not think about the time difference when holding the final assessment interview. Their willingness to assess our candidate is confirmed commendable. In this assessment, the passing rate is at 25%. Okay, next slide, please. The endeavors of holding the final assessment just recently, 2024, are illustrated on these photos. Many thanks to all of our panel of assessors from different far of the world for the selfless support. I can feel the unwavering support from these members whom I considered co-rock stars. The willingness to assess our candidate is confirmed worthy. In this assessment, the passing rate is 83%. Okay, next slide, please. Prior to holding any APC assessment, as viewed in previous slides, the need to gauge the APC challenge can be done at GAMP, okay, where there is a self-assessment to be accomplished by aspirants. Over the last 3 years, the rate of success was low when compared to the rate of failure. Okay, those who accepted the challenge is 34%, whereas those who declined the challenge is the rate is 66%. Apparently, the will to take the challenge was weak as the attendees do not possess the needed experience to pass the APC. Lack of discipline and commitment, lack of encouragement from the right people, and fear of failure to leave their comfort zone. I recommend you to take the challenge and be sincere in your quest to gain chartered or certified status. Remember the statement I received from my mentor, end the fight with a big smile. So please do not stop the momentum. Next slide, please. So over the last 4 years, the passing rate is 53.33%. Okay, others may wonder why the passing rate in 2022 and 2023 is low compared to 2021 and 2024. Okay, in my view, though the success rates vary a lot, there is one thing that you should always bear in mind. In any APC journey, the success rate is always high. Since we get to learn and recognize the impact of our involvement to one another, be it negative or positive, the view from your end or from our end matters the most. Okay. When I conducted mock interview of one of the aspirant in KSA, I admired her views when she get referred in her second attempt. She said the APC result is just the bonus. The learning and friendship gained during mock interviews with us matter the most. It enlightens my mind. I am reminded that success is not just about technical preparations, it's also about resilience, discipline, and ability to adapt. The lessons learned, okay, will remain throughout the entire career. As professionals, we have the responsibility to uphold the highest standards, stay committed to lifelong learning, and contribute positively in our field and society. To those preparing for their APC, I offer this advice. Trust in your preparation. Okay? Seek support when needed and believe in your capabilities. Okay? Next slide, please. In conclusion, knowing your competencies will help you identify where you are being challenged through excellence. Understanding your competencies will help you connect to the right people through an institute like PICQS. Honing your competencies will help you recognize that obstacles are opportunities to learn to strengthen your professional growth. I am deeply honored to be part of a community that values excellence, ethics, and professionalism. Passing the APC is a significant achievement, but it is also a reminder of the trust placed in us by our colleagues, clients, and the public. Let us carry this trust with pride and responsibility as we move forward. Okay, and now I am ready and happy to take any questions you might have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma'am Lilian. Is my audio clear na po ba?
Yes, very
Oh,
clear.
very
Thank
good.
you.
I
Oh,
thank you, Ma, for the very informative presentation, inspiring us with the PICQS and your success journey. So before we start with the Q&A, let's have first a 5-minute break, everyone.
yes.
Okay, time check, it's 4:21, so let's be back at 4:26. Thank you.